On today's episode, we are live from Florida Atlantic University, and we got a special Word of Moon episode where we're gonna be deep diving into a team that we've just blown away by. We've been hosted this week by Florida Atlantic University. That's why you see the backdrop behind me. We're currently at their stadium right now, Delray Hyundai Deck. So it's gonna be a jam-packed one. We're gonna talk about FAU's offense and all the different changes. We're gonna talk about their head coach, Zach Kittley. We're also going to talk about a couple player profiles that I wanted to spotlight to you on this marvelous episode of World of CFB. Shout out to y'all for joining. Let's get to it. This is the world of college football. Baby, it's your boy Moon back at it again. Credential media member of DCFB Nation. Recently off of Radio Row at the American Athletic Conference kickoff. Your boy Moon is on the road, man. We getting to it. Enjoying the day right now and all the sunshine that we see. Currently at Florida Atlantic University for fall camp. It's day 2 of fall camp. It's been spicy. Got a lot of updates and things to tell you about. But before we get into the show, special shout out to our sponsors at Bull Rush. Special shout out to Bet US. Special shout out to you for watching and being here. Let's get straight to it because we don't want to waste no time, my friend. Today's episode is special. We got a light lag. Bear with me. All right, good. We're good. This is the World of CFB, and this is my show. We talk about everybody in the college football universe because if you lace them up, you put on them cleats, you have to endure fall camp, chances are Moon is going to talk about you. And on today's episode, we have no other than the Florida Atlantic Owls on the docket. I mean, you don't just walk into a stadium and call it home. You don't just walk into a program and flip the tempo overnight. And you damn sure, and I mean damn sure, don't come into a program that's located in Boca Raton and think that it's going to be sunshine, rainbows, and Candy Crush. Oh, just pull out the lawn chair and the beach chair, and then everything is just going to be magically ready to go, ready to get cooking. This is Florida Atlantic University. This is day 1, day 2, where we've got a chance to experience a fall camp. And this is where it really begins, the Zach Kittley era. And bro, I'm here to tell you that it's already different. The air is already heavy. In South Florida, the heat is disrespectful. It's absolutely disrespectful. I have a towel that's right next to me just to cool myself down. That field that's right behind me is still 100 yards. The drills, they're still high tempo. Full pads is coming up very soon. Right now, they in tops, shorts. It's still sweating bullets out there. But the difference is what's located inside of the middle. And inside of the middle of this new Owls program is a head coach by the name of Zach Kittley. Not just any other hire, people. Not just another scheme guy that's coming in with the system that's just trying to get by, in the world of college football that's ever-changing and vastly growing. I'm talking about a 33-year-old mastermind, a conductor of chaos, who took the long road from Bowling Green to Lubbock, Texas. And now he stands front and center in Boca, not as the coordinator or an OC, happy clapping it up for this job that we in right now. Nah, this man was hired to change the identity of Florida Atlantic University from the jump and just throw the script out and let's write a new one entirely. He didn't tiptoe when he came onto campus. He came in walking like a big stepper that he is. And on day 1, we got a chance to see Zach Kittley introduce not only himself, because, it's his first chance to get fall camp for him, but he got a chance to address the team in a way that hit different. And his message that Zach Kittley had was to attack everything. And that was the overall mantra that I feel after 2 days of being here for fall camp. This wasn't just a slogan that's hanging on a whiteboard that we need to pay attention to, or a saying that gets lost in cliche once we start getting into the dog days of fall camp. This is something that they really want to have as their identity in 2025 year of our Lord. This was the tone at practice that you saw. It was in every single period that we saw, every drill, every detail. Attack, walkthroughs, attack, stretching lines, attack. You mess up stretching, go back and do it again. Let's restart the practice with more energy and more pace. Special teams, attack. Ball security, attack. Kittley has barked it and exclamated it so much that it's engraved in my memory. You repeat it, rinse and repeat. And that same saying of attack is etched into the rhythm of practice on a fast-paced practice style that is unlike anything that I've seen in the world of college football. This team's new DNA is rooted in one thing, in one word, attack. Because that word isn't motivational, people. It's transformational. And if you aren't attacking, then you're already behind the 8 ball. But here's what makes the Zach Kittley experience different for you. He's not trying to be cute about it. He don't care about the glitz and the glamour. He don't care about no metaphors, no hashtags, no poetic branding, no campaigns. He's just here with the main thing in mind, and that main thing is be a family. Be a family atmosphere that has fun, works hard, pushes our butts to the absolute limit, and at the end of it all, we're gonna be tougher than the next team that's coming into our house in beautiful, sunny Boca Raton. You know what I mean? It's simple. And at the end of the day, it's everything for this program, because when your culture bleeds through how you practice, it's inevitable that those moments of togetherness and closeness that you build during fall camp is going to bleed through when the season starts. But he's made it clear. The job that we have for Zach Kittley in this experience, he wants to be an attack mindset type of guy. This FAU offense is going to be predicated on attack. The football team and the DNA and identity of them is going to be rooted in attack. You might as well write it on a t-shirt. You might as well have the whole fans have t-shirts, white tees that says attack on it. But at the end of the day, this is everything about this program. You can't move forward without knowing that blueprint first and foremost. So now let's move to the next thing, the thing that everybody wants to talk about, the elephant in the room. Let's talk quarterbacks. Now, if you listen to Zach Kittley's head of his press conference that we saw, he talked about we have 5 guys that are vying for that starting quarterback position. But I need to shut down all of that noise and let you know that there's a difference between coach speak and the truth. What he told us in that press conference with 5 guys trying to compete for the starting job is coach speak. That is not the truth. The truth is, we hold these truths to be self-evident that Caden Velkamp is our starter heading into 2025. We hold these truths to be self-evident and make it clear that this is not a quarterback battle. I'm sorry, other guys, other 4 of you, but this is not no quarterback. This is not no quarterback battle. He is a familiar face that's stepping into the spotlight in Boca Raton, the sunny atmosphere and vibes out here with palm trees. Don't let it mistake you or get cute with it, bro. Caden Velkamp is the front runner and the guy that's going to be starting in 2025 as we open the season at Maryland for the Atlantic fans. He's the guy. But Zach Kittley didn't hand him the job, though. Now, in order for you to understand the story in full context, we went to American Media Days and we talked about it. We talked about this heavily. Like, we went to American Media Days and the governor of college football, who does an amazing job, got a chance to interview Coach Kittley, and he talked about Caden Velkamp and what have we seen that the media doesn't get a chance to see. He laid it out for us clear as day. He said Caden Velkamp was the guy that I was counting on to teach the offense to the rest of the people that's coming out here. All the wide receivers, the other quarterbacks, the running backs, the linemen, whoever wanted to be a part of the January period of camp that we had as the new season gets ahead and started. Caden Velkamp was the guy that was teaching them the offense, the entire offense, from how you go, how far in your depth do you go when you're running your route? What yardage do I need you to get to before you break? What schemes that we want to run? So you mean to tell me that Coach Zach Kittley could hit the recruiting trail? He could hit the recruiting trail Go out there and try to have FAU's name inside of these households and get some buzz that's generated. And I can have my starting quarterback come in and teach the offense to everybody. And this is just January. This room is built on leadership. But this hierarchy should not be based on reputation alone. It should be based on leadership. Caden Velkamp has that. It should be based on ball security. Caden Velkamp has that. If you talk about completions, the completion percentage, Caden Velkamp has that. So when I look at it, if you're throwing on all these different jerseys and you want to be a fan of all these other teams, cool. But if you are a Florida Atlantic Owls fan, you should know that Caden Velkamp is my guy. And it's clear as day. I shouldn't have to convince you because Zach Kittley isn't even convinced. He doesn't have to be convinced. In fact, he knew that this is my guy. More on that later. This system is not about being overhyped. It's about execution. And what separates Caden Velkamp from the rest of the quarterbacks that's in this competition, it might be that his favorite target decided to follow him from Western Kentucky and the Hilltoppers and come down here to sunny South Florida in Boca Raton. I'm talking about a guy by the name of Easton Messer. These two didn't just transfer in from Western Kentucky, home of the Hilltoppers. They move like the ultimate package deal because one comes, the other one has to come too. Best friends, roommates, chemistry in motion. You better bet your bottom dollar that whatever you can find Caden, you're going to find the other guy with him, Ethan. And now look at Easton, my fault. You can see it from snap one of fall camp practices on day one. He runs routes different, bro. He can diagnose coverages different, bro. He moves at a different speed than the other wide receivers. It's easy to see. And their connection and their chemistry as quarterback one and wide receiver one for this team in an offense that demands being in sync, being in rhythm, it's going to pay off dividends. And the whole entire American Conference should be aware that Caden Velkamp has a guy that's probably going to lead the team in targets, yards, receptions, touchdowns. You better bet your bottom dollar I'm putting one guy's name in the hat to do it. It is Easton Messer. Get familiar with the name. The chemistry that they have is priceless. It's really priceless. These are the kind of guys who are going to end up being the best men in each other's wedding. That was what Coach Kittley said in his press conference yesterday when describing Caden Velkamp and Easton's relationship with each other. You need that. That is chemistry. That is aura. And this is an indication that this offense has chemistry already. And then you move from just the quarterback position and you talk about the other elephants in the room. You know we love defense on the world of college football because when even in the air raid system, you can pass the ball all over the place. You still got to stop somebody. You still got to hit somebody. You still got to lace it up and actually be hard-nosed. And that's where things start to get a little spicy because this team led by Zach Kittley, pictured on your screen, who has had to get it out in the mud and every stop that he has is coming in at 33 years old. He needs to not only be reliant on his offense, he has to be reliant in spring practice on his defense. And it starts with Kimara Richardson. I think that he can be that somebody. At 6'6", 300+ pounds, he moves like he has hydraulics in his hips. Coach Kittley said it best himself. He's a monster. And if he puts it all together, that front is going to become dangerous. You stack him with CJ Doggett, who I got a chance to talk to today. You stack him with Bryce Lanston, who was at American Media Days as the representative for the Florida Atlantic Owls. Now we're talking about trench warfare inside of FAU's camp. But it's not all about size, though. It's about voice. It's about leadership. And then now you enter in Tyler Stolsky, CJ Doggett. These are the ones that coach called out in the first practice and said, these are my leaders. These are my tone setters. They're not waiting on any coaches in order to tell them what to do. They're correcting younger dudes mid-drill, telling them, go back, do it over again. You didn't do it right the first time. Let's go try it again. Pictured on your screen, it's Kimara. He's not backing off. They're trying to get 6, 7, 8 different leaders to emerge naturally on this defensive line, on this defense period. And a coach that doesn't have to micromanage his locker room because they already get it. They already understand what the work that needs to be done. They already understand what the standard is that has to be raised in order for us to reach bowl eligibility at FAU. Now we have a new standard. But make no mistake, I feel like Caden Velkamp is the culture carrier that we need to be paying attention to on this team. He is the culture carrier. And this is what makes this team different. I can't understate it enough. When Coach Kittley was on the road recruiting in January, Caden Velkamp was the one leading the offense. It wasn't a staffer for FAU. It wasn't an offensive analyst. It was Caden Velkamp because he knows the system like his own reflection. He can see himself in the mirror when he stands and looks at his reflection. When I look at that, he lives in the film room. He talked about in the meeting that Caden Velkamp was watching Justin Herbert's 2019 Oregon tape. Because he said, oh, I'm trying to extract every single drop of advantage that I can, that I absolutely can. He eats right. He hydrates. He does extra mobility work, even at him being 6'5", 6'6". He's the last one in, first one in, last one out type of mentality, and he is a pro. That's why Coach Kittley trusted him to do offensive installs at 7 o'clock in the morning in January. That's QB1 energy, but more than anything, that's a culture-setting DNA that the rest of these teams can come in and see, like, yo, we need a guy like that we can build around. So now we shift focus, and we start talking about the other elephants in the room, because did you know that Chris Carter is actually on this recruiting, on this staff? I was shocked when I saw Chris Carter on the sidelines for FAU, and he's just standing right there. Yeah, I'm talking about that Chris Carter. He wasn't on a Zoom call, not in a mentorship session. He was in the flesh, on the sidelines, working with the wide receivers. A gold jacket, elite mindset, on the grass with you. Coach Kittley laughed when he talked about it. He said, on day one, I walk in and Chris Carter's just there, and every receiver in that room just leveled up. That's not a boost. That's a damn blessing. Make no mistake, Chris Carter being there is a damn blessing, man. Zach Kittley, in closing, didn't walk in and try to go viral by saying, oh, I'm going to take the FAU job and I'm about to go viral. Nah, he came in trying to set the tone. He came in trying to take everything to the next level. And it's all rooted in an attack mindset for you, because you're not surviving anymore. You're thriving in FAU. This is the Zach Kittley era. And we at CFB Nation are aware. But you, the nation that actually watches ball, that cares more about college football, the soul of college football, well, your soul should be happy to know that you got somebody that cares immensely, that holds this team to a different level of standard here at FAU. And I've seen it with my own eyes. That Boca Heat is still cooking. Them pads is still coming. But make no mistake, Florida Atlantic is building something serious, and World of CFB is right here front row at the beginning of the fall, trying to tell you that you need to be paying attention about what's going on at FAU, because if you're not, somebody else for sure is.
Look at you out here using all these other sports books, and you ain't even using the best one. BetUS, get 125% match bonus when you use the promo code CFB Nation. Yeah, you heard me correctly. 125% match bonus on your first deposit using that code CFB Nation. We know that college football is in the off season, even though we don't celebrate that. You know, CFB Nation, we do college football 24/7, but there are plenty of things for you guys to bet on.
Who will have the most wins? OKC Thunder or Cleveland Cavaliers? Can Luka and LeBron make it all mesh to make it to the play-in tournament? Maybe you're a college basketball guy ready to risk it all for Florida to make it to the big dance.
Basketball isn't for you? Maybe you're a football guy. Well, BetUS got you covered with this year's UEFA Championship. Can Liverpool or Barcelona win it all? Will Erling Haaland or Harry Kane lead their teams to victory?
May is going to get popping when the Kentucky Derby hits town. BetUS has you covered in that way too, with all major horse racing events. Point is, type in that promo code CFB Nation and go get that money.
Go get that money, twin. We greatly appreciate BetUS, and we also appreciate our sponsors, Bull Rush, for taking care of us while we are out here in beautiful Boca Raton. Can't wait to see Bull Rush tomorrow when we go up there. and spend time with us and our sponsors. They take care of us, man. Let me ask you something. What happens when a 6'6", 300-pound grown man starts moving like he plays linebacker? What happens when that kind of mask comes off the edge with his eyes locked, feet dancing, and the intent to ruin your entire Saturday afternoon? Bless you, Mikey. You get a dude who ain't just playing football. You get a brother that is absolutely built to break walls. Let me introduce you to a dude by the name of Kemar Richardson, who at Florida Atlantic Fall Camp is trying to take that next step and jump, make monumental leaps and jumps this upcoming season. Now, look, I've seen some guys in my time, and I mean, when I say some guys, I mean some guys in my time. This is the World of CFB, and this is my deep dive into Kemar Richardson. It doesn't make sense when you really start to think about it. Like, it really doesn't. His arms are longer than the palm trees to my left. When I sit here and I watch this film and breaking it down, his footwork is tighter than it should be for that size. And you start looking at him, you're like, the way this man explodes off the ball, it's not reckless. It's controlled violence. He will hit you with the bloop and then shed you out the way like you nothing. It's like watching a wrecking ball with a GPS system on the field, and he is just out there choosing violence every day. And Coach Kittley said it best after day one. He's a monster at 6'6", 300+ pounds, and if he comes along the way I hope, he can really add something. So let me restate what Coach Kittley said for y'all. If Kemar Richardson hits in the ways that we hope that he can and know that he can at CFB Nation, this changes everything for the Florida Atlantic defensive line. Specifically, yo, shout out to Only in Ohio. What's good? He changes everything, bro. Here's the part that people are not paying attention to and that they seem to miss. He wasn't showered in star rating from 247 Sports, ESPN, and all these other outlets that care about ranking. There was no parade. There was no Elite 11 hype. There was nothing besides a kid from Arcadia, Florida. Arcadia? I never heard of Arcadia. Me either. But he went the hard road. He went to DeSoto High, and then he went to Georgia Military College, which I'm familiar with. He went the JUCO route. And when you take the JUCO route, it is brutal. And the praise is non-existent. You don't get praise at all. That JUCO life, you don't survive it unless you got something different into your DNA and that you can be a person that can be built for tough. Like you're a wrecking shop, essentially. And that's when things started to come together, and that's when things started to feel different. That's when we knew, that's when Florida Atlantic knew that this problem is the best problem that you can have. You fast forward to 2023. He lands at FAU. Big frame, loud measurables. And at the end of the day, the staff, they needed to see more from Kemar. I mean, could he run the motor? Could he stay locked in through fatigue, through frustration, through film study, through these practices where it's hot as hell out here? Let me take a... It's hot out here, bro. Can he adjust to all of that? He's not flashy. He's not viral. By the end of the day, we just need real football from Kemar Richardson. He solo tackles versus Michigan State. FIU and Temple were like little splashes in the frying pan. Like, uh-oh, his tackle for a loss and pressures versus Wagner in a 41-10 game. It was like another splash in the pot. 2 assists in the quarterback hurry on the road against Tulsa in the Golden Hurricane. When you look at it, you might think, oh, that's nice, Moon. Well, what's he up to? I don't think he's stacking highlights. I think he was stacking foundation to say to this coaching staff, whoever it was going to be in 2025, that, hey, I can step in and be a guy. And now he's starting to become a foundation that's ready to rumble. And them gloves are off. The leash for this big dog is gone. The confidence is dangerous. In 2025, make no mistake, this will be no breakout. This will be a grand reveal for Kemar Richardson. And he's no longer learning the ropes. So he has, a different type of confidence, a different type of aura that comes with him. When you put together 6 years of scars, You add in him being a graduate student, a father, a grown man majoring in public safety. When you start talking about him being built like a wrecking ball, finally confident enough to swing like 1-2 on the field, it has all the makings for something special. And Coach Kittley's exact words was, if he puts the mental and physical together, it's going to change our entire ceiling of this football team. Now, make no mistake, when you standing next to CJ Doggett, Bryce Langston, Emmanuel Sledge, like, you got some dogs around you. But when they looking at you as the answer because you have the length, when they looking at you as the answer because you have the power, you got a defensive line rotation that has attitude and ultimately altitude. Now, I know we came out of a plane out here. It's been a beautiful time. Make no mistake, but they are cruising to a new altitude out here in Florida Atlantic. There are some guys that dominate from day one that come in and say, oh, nah, he's like that. He's going to be perfectly fine. But then you have other guys that have to go and bleed for every single inch that they have. Kemar Richardson is the second type who has had to bleed for every single inch. And that's why he's so damn dangerous. He's felt the JUCO cold and being iced out of the rotation in the depth chart. He's felt being the rotational guy just waiting for his chance to shine. He's been overlooked, underestimated, and almost invincible. And now, now, my friend, he's playing with some confidence. He's playing with some violence. He's playing with some purpose. And what I'm here to tell you right now is not hype. I'm not giving you hype. I'm sitting here at FAU Stadium right now. Howard Schwellenberger Field, to tell you that this is more than just a developmental guide. This is development meeting belief. This is timing meeting confidence. And this is what happened when a kid from Arcadia learns how to bend the edge and control chaos. This is what happens when FAU, Florida Atlantic, gets a monster on their hands. This is what happened when the American Conference starts to doubt you and think that you're not going to be a force to be reckoned with in 2025. That's where you have a serious problem. At the World of College Football, we're here to tell stories that don't always make the headlines, but make all the difference come Saturdays. So from Arcadia to Boca, Kemar Richardson is built for this. I need you to understand. He's built for this. And if you're a quarterback on the 2025 schedule, you better just go ahead and get that internal clock right, because if you don't, there is a 6'6", 300+ human that is waiting to destroy you. This is the world of CFB. Hey, appreciate you, R23. So keep up the good work. Appreciate you, man. You're watching In the World of College Football live in Boca Raton for Zach Kittley's first training camp in real life stream at FAU's Camp Dark Spectre. Huh? Prices went up, man. Let's keep the show going. Let me paint the picture for you. The sun in Boca hasn't blinked since 6:17 a.m. when sunrise. The humidity, I mean, it's like sticking to my shirt right now, and it feels personal. This heat is absolutely disrespectful. The sweat is cutting through sunscreen. It don't matter how much that I put on. I could put on lotion too, and I'm still end up ashy because I sweated so much. But what's cooking out here ain't just the South Florida Blaze, man. And it's some players that you need to know on the FAU's roster. It's the cleats that's starting to bite the turf because fall camp is here now. It's the violent rhythm of helmets crashing and that feeling that we all love. That football's in the air. That undeniable energy that something is bigger and something like brighter days are ahead for Florida Atlantic and the Owls. We're now on the cusp of day 3 of Florida Atlantic Owls fall camp 2025 year of our Lord. And this sure as hell ain't just another rebuild, bro. This is a reload. And welcome to the Zach Kittley era. And the Owls are already loading up the scoreboard. Brand new coach, portal reinforcements that came in with bad intentions, a quarterback who already speaks the system like a second language that can teach it to other players. What you're about to witness isn't just a program that's warming up. You're about to witness a program that's in the driver's seat, and now they're revving that engine because they know that they got an all muscle car with them. So before the pads start cracking for real and we get deeper into fall camp, let me tell you about some guys that you need to know on this roster, because I'll give you some practice highlights too as we talk about it. We just talked about a dude, Kamar Richardson. Shout out to you. We're going to have an amazing season. I'm your boy Moan. This is the World of CFB. And let me talk to you about fall camp so far. Number one guy that you need to know for FAU roster, Caden Velkamp. He's the commander of chaos. His stats at last year at WKU, Western Kentucky, 25 touchdowns, 10 picks, but don't let the numbers fool you. This man is more than efficient. He's built for fireworks. 6'5", left-handed cannon. He's Kentucky born, Boca bred. At media days, he carried himself buttoned up approach how you want. And at practice, he played like it too. Footwork is tight. Diet is getting better. His eyes sharp. He gets the ball out quick. And here's the kicker. He's already fluent in Zach Kittley's language. They speak the same language. Like Drake said, now you talking my language. Now you talking my language. He's not learning the system. He is teaching it to people. This offense, if it soars with Caden Velkamp and he starts slinging that thing all around the yard, you just make one thing known. This man was doing this back in January. Make no mistake. Number two guy that you need to know coming out of heading into fall camp, his running mate, wide receiver Easton Messer. He's a technician. You see what I'm doing right now? Probably can't see my eyes. I'm blinking. If you blink, you probably going to miss this man's release and have you stuck in film study. You'll still be at the line of scrimmage while he's already 5 yards down the field trying to get out his next break. Next thing you know, you're getting sauced up. 55 catches, nearly 800 yards. Western Kentucky love having him. But at the end of the day, this dude said, you know what? I'm going to follow my quarterback. And I'm going to come out here to the sunshine of Boca Raton. And I'm going to be an absolute heat-seeking route artist that can not be the loudest in the room, but definitely be the most lethal. He got footwork that can make a grown man cry. He got magnetic hands, like his Velcro attached to them, not like he's wearing gloves. And this chemistry with Caden Velkamp cannot be understated, bro. It's already showing up in every 7-on-7 rep, every team drill. When they do one-on-ones, it's all there. He can be in the slot. He can be outside. He can be in motion. He can run the fade, the dig, comeback. It does not matter. Just put Easton on the field, period. It's always where he needs to be, on the field. Because before a DB even realizes it, he's probably cooked going up against that guy. Number 8 is, chances are, that's your answer. I'm giving you different fall camp pictures on the screen right now. Number 3, Dylan Williams, the back end general, transferring in from UTEP, bringing that Texas toughness with them, 34 tackles, 1 pick, and he has leadership that's going to transcend ages for the Atlantic. You can't put a price tag on a free safety who plays like he's 240 pounds. He's bringing thunder every time he comes, and every time he comes out here. It's insane. It's really insane to think about. Today, day 2, he was everywhere, calling out formations, flying down here, closing in space like he was charging it rent. You want tempo on defense? You need number 19 on your team. Coming up next, defensive tackle, Bryce Langston. He's an interior enforcer. If there's a voice in the D-line room that I would be listening to if I was Moan on the World of College Football, it's Bryce. Not just because he went to media days, but because he is actually clogging the trenches and making this team actually have a defensive line that the rest of the American can fear. He was a rotational guy last year, and this year he got sent to media days because Zach Kittley trusted him that much. He controlled his gap in every single drill that I've seen so far when we got a chance to look at fall practice. When I look at the grand scheme of things, pads are not even cracking yet. And you can still feel the presence of Bryce all over the field. He's already out. He's showing out right now in the middle of this defense, and they need it. Coming up next, Lawrence Johnson. He is a positionalist problem because he can play corner, he can play nickel, sprinkle in some safety. They're gonna move him around, let him get active, and showcase his versatility the absolute most. But let's talk versatility. He was a nickel back, and that might be the hardest role in all of college football. You got to cover the slot. You got to fit the run. You got to spy a quarterback. Lawrence Johnson does it all, and he does it with no fear. A freshman with no fear. And this year, he's walking in like he's been in the system for 5 years, counting. He already reads coverage like a veteran. He closes in like a missile. And he plays with the type of twitch and anticipation that we at CFB Nation love to see. It's like he already knows the play before you call it. You want chaos contained? Look no further than Mr. Johnson. And last but not least, RB1, the human explosive, who went for 18.6 yards per tote. Let that sink in. What'd you just say, Moon? I mean, we're doing it in real life stream at FAU's fall camp. Appreciate you, Doc Spector. Appreciate you, man. Thank you for watching. Shout out to everybody that's watching, enjoying the time out here. What did you just say, Moon? 18.6 yards per tote. 261 rushing yards on just 14 carries. What? 2 carries, 148 yards against Tulsa. This is what we're hoping to have way more explosion. He's not going to give you a touchdown dance because he doesn't care to. He really doesn't. He's probably just going to give the ball back to the referee after he scores, not do nothing crazy, probably pat his offensive lineman on the helmet, go back to the huddle and just do it all over again. But what we're banking on in 2025 year of our Lord in the running back room that a lot of people have some question marks on is explosion. He can check that box. Efficiency. He definitely checks that box. And talk about being a nightmare in open space. When you're standing at 5'8", 5'9", and you have all these huge offensive linemen in front of you, it's easy to navigate. It kind of reminds me like of a Darren Sproles type of vibes. And in Zach Kittley's system, where they're going to run the rock, I feel like he's about to be the ultimate glitch in the matrix. He's about to be the ultimate cheat code. So let's not tiptoe around it. Zach Kittley is here. He's bringing hell with him. He's the same architect who helped turn Bailey Zappi into a record book holder. He's an arsonist, Bailey Zappi was. You gotta look at the guy who's coaching him. He's the same guy in the same voice that put up 500-yard plus games galore that like they were science projects at Texas Tech. He did that. And now he's trying to recruit that South Florida speed for his system. Now he has a system and a quarterback that can teach that system to others. Now he has a roster full of dogs ready to run the tempo straight through your soul. From Caden Velkamp's vision to Messer's precision to Xavier Terrell's detonation speed that he has waiting to just unleash. This offense is going to score. Make no mistake about it. And they're going to score. And they're going to score again. The defense, they're not playing catch up though. They're matching the urgency. You can see it out there at practice, whether it's Williams, Langston, Johnson, Duda. They're bringing order to the chaos. So while the outside world might be saying, oh, FAU, maybe next year. Oh, Moon, you're at fall camp. Yeah, it still don't matter. They're going to be cooked. Them boys is cooked. I feel like the message is loud and clear. This rebuild, this ascension is happening right now. And the world of college football is here for all of it, my friend. Hope you're enjoying the show. Got plenty more coming right after this. This is the world of college football, and we about to get to our closing segment. But before we do, special shout out to our sponsors. We greatly appreciate you, Bull Rush. We greatly do, man. Excited to see you tomorrow. Let's talk about the last segment, and I saved the best for last. I titled this segment "The Last Hit." I'm about to tell you about an absolute dog that Florida Atlantic has on their team. His name It's called Wendell Fullord. I call him me Lord. He's about to embark on his violent farewell tour at Florida Atlantic University in 2025. But I have to set the stage for you because in order to tell his story right, we got to give you some back context. Some players walk into the fall camp with 5-star ratings. Some walk in with film crews. You know, the way creative director Mikey moved, you would think he's on film crew. And then you have players like Wendell Fullord. No parade, no type of promise, just a backpack, a degree in public safety, in a game that hits like it owes somebody. He came from 20 miles down the road from Kaiser to FAU with no headlines, no expectations. And by the time that he left, he was a damn problem, a good problem, a tone setter, a momentum flipper, a violent goodbye letter to anybody who dared to line up across from him. He made sure that you knew exactly who Wendell is. But let's be honest. He's an underdog that hit back. 5'9", 180 pounds. I try to give him credit and say, hey man, you probably 5'10". He's like, nah, I'm 5'9". I'm like, bro, take the alley-oop. He didn't read the script when it came to people labeling him and putting him inside of a box. He rewrote the script. Take a look back in 2024. Game 1, 3 tackles at Michigan State. He did that. Next week, he had 2 more against Army. But then came the performance that changed everything. The Shula Bowl. FAU versus FIU. And if you're from this region, this part of town, you understand how important that rivalry game is. That rivalry game has built legends. This rivalry, Wendell didn't just show up. He decided to steal the spotlight. 2 solo tackles, a forced fumble, and he walked off the field with team MVP honors. And after that, man, he didn't slow down. He just kept ascending and going up. And that's when things started to get scarier. Now, when you look at his tape, he has pop on film. He can be a type of guy when you turn on his tape. Let's just go look at the UConn tape, for example. 6 tackles, a forced fumble, a tackle for a loss. Oh, a scoop and score versus North Texas in the mean green. Make a mean face. Or a 59-yard jailbreak to the end zone where he's partying with his teammates that just put him in the record books. Or against Wagner, where he lit up the stat sheet like a Christmas tree. And I'm sitting here looking at him, 2 tackles for a loss, 2 pass breakups. Every single game, Fullord showed up like it might be his last snap or of his life. And he plays like it on the field. That's not hunger, people. That, to me, is purpose. So injuries come, soft tissue injuries, dings, nags, nicks, the kind that makes some dudes sit down. But Fullord, he just kept on showing up day after day. Even when the game tried to break him, South Florida, Temple, limited reps, he still made solo stops by himself. And he still brought the energy every damn meeting. And when the season finale hit against Tulsa, you better believe in a road game, the ultimate test, Fullord gave you 8 tackles by himself. 8. A sack for negative 13 yards. He led this team. He set the tone. And he closed the year his way. He wore the number 0. And if you know football, you know that that's not just a digit. That's a badge. That's something that you wear with honor, with pride, because not everybody can wear that number. That's for the ones who don't flinch in chaos. The ones who hit harder than their weight. The ones who never needed any type of hype to play like hell's on the line or that their life depends on it. He's not chasing clout, bro. He's chasing ball carriers. He's trying to be different. And that's the reason why I got to nation of what is here. That it's not about the measurables all the time. Sometimes it's about mentality. Sometimes it's about being a dog. Because if you look at FAU's 2024 season, it's impossible to say that Lord just played football. He made everything that he did personal, bro. That's why I wanted to give him his roses on the world of college football on my deep dive for players and talk about a guy. Obviously, he needs no introduction. But my dude is a baller, a shot caller. And I'm excited to see the major things that he does. The major things that he does in 2025, year of our Lord. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. When we talk about Lord, team MVP in the Shula Bowl, FAU record book touchdowns, back-to-back 8-tackle performances to close the season, all AAC honorable mention, and the respect of every locker room that he's walked into, I'm not waving goodbye to my guy. I'm shaking my hand and saying, job well done. Job well done at your career at FAU, and we're more than excited to see him in this season with a bang. So if you've been the type of person that's doubted a small school transfer, or if you looked at a person's measurables and said, nah, they can't get the job done, look no further than this testimony of a story by Wendell Fullord of FAU and say, that is a testament of hard work, discipline, being a dog, and not letting measurables define you or your performance or your output. This is the world of CFB. Go ahead, clap it up, clap it up, clap it up. Big shout out to Bull Rush. We greatly appreciate you as the sponsors of this show. Shout out to you for watching. If you watched for a minute, a second, the whole show, saw me cook for a little bit of time or a lot, we greatly appreciate you. And we hope that you share this content with somebody so they can become a college football fan. You know, casuals come back on August the 1st. Don't say that too loud. They might hear you. You know, all the casuals coming, but we've been putting in the work, man. We've been putting in the work, and we're doing it the right way. Special shout out to College Football Nation. You can check out more of our work in our FAU website takeover at thecfbnation.com. That's thecfbnation.com for all of the latest that you need to know for the FAU Owls as we are here embarking on their fall camp. It's going to be a great fall camp tomorrow. We're expecting to get a campus tour, and we're going to see all the sights and sounds from Florida Atlantic's campus. We greatly appreciate you, man. Hey, shout out Jimmy Two Blunts. Good production, W Stream, pimp. Hey, I appreciate you, Two Blunts. Thank you for being here, my dog. Shout out to you. This wouldn't be possible without you. Greatly appreciate the love. All we ask is that you share the content. Share it. Tell somebody about it. What we're doing out here at CFB Nation and what I'm doing with World of College Football. And ode to you. And ode to you as we wrap up the show. As we close it out, this world of college football is all about the haves and the have-nots, my friends. And sometimes, you know, the haves, they get all the love and all the praise and all the accolades. But the have-nots, they got to sit here and make it work with a water bottle, a mixer, some headphones, a towel, and just cook. Sometimes the haves and the have-nots can change. And sometimes it changes in front of your face. Sometimes it changes behind the scenes. I think a team that went from a have-not to a have this year is Florida Atlantic and the Owls. And that's the reason why we chose to come out here. As Zach Kittley gets his opening season kicked off and debuted, we could not miss this for the world. Special shout out to Boca Raton for all the love. Special shout out to Miss Katrina McCormick and all the help, the love, the support that she's given throughout this whole time to make this possible. Shout out to all the people that we've met, whether it's in South Beach to today. We trying to do this the right way, covering college football with integrity. So for me, Moon, I send you off into your day. Make it a great one, my friend. This is the world of college football. Until next time, bro.